Hello guys, welcome to the Clear Path Hoops. Today we have for you a special film review over maybe one of my favorite players in the NBA, the rising up and coming, hopefully soon to be star, Jonathan Kuminga. Now Jonathan Kuminga hasn't been getting the most consistent minutes throughout this season on the Warriors team, but last night playing the Portland Trail Blazers, he was able to secure 17 second half minutes and, as Steph Curry said, was the key to winning the game. In this specific film review, we're going to go over how Jonathan Kuminga has improved defensively and how the Warriors are using him on the offensive end to not only get better shots for other players, but for him to get good looks at the basket that they can convert on. Jonathan Kuminga right now is probably the only player on the Warriors that you can say truly has that NBA size and athleticism package, as most of the other Warriors are either smaller and younger or they're older and bigger. And so with that in mind, let's get right into it on one of maybe Jonathan Kuminga's biggest improvements since last season, and that definitely has to be his defensive awareness. So in this clip right here, what you're going to see is Jonathan Kuminga is going to be in the corner guarding one of the opponent's best players in Shaedon Sharpe. Now they basically matched him up with Shaedon Sharpe because they know that Shaedon Sharpe is a really athletic guy, and there's really no one else on the Warriors who can kind of guard him. So what you're going to see as we play this clip a little bit is that they're going to kind of facilitate a little handoff here from Jeremy Grant to Matisse Thybulle at the top of the key. As Matisse Thybulle gets the ball, what you see right here is where Saric and Steph Curry are going to kind of block him off and essentially kind of create a tough position for him to both pass the ball and kind of get a shot off. So essentially trying to trap him in the middle of the floor. And the Warriors love to do this when they have a big man on the floor. So what you see right here is that's exactly kind of what happens. We have Saric right here and Steph Curry right here, and Saric is still in good position to kind of contest Jeremy Grant here if he were to go up and shoot the shot. But because of this, Matisse Thybulle knows, okay, hey, I have to make a better decision with the ball. So he kind of goes back up to the three-point line after losing his dribble a little bit. And what he sees here and in his vision is a clear shot for a pass with Shaedon Sharpe, and he's their primary offensive player, so hey, gotta get him the ball. That makes the most sense for them. But Jonathan Kuminga is looking directly at Matisse Thybulle and is paying attention to this play, which is something that he struggled to do last year, and is like, okay, right now Matisse Thybulle is not looking at all at me or in any direction of me. He probably doesn't even know I'm here. In fact, he probably just thinks Shaedon Sharpe is wide open. And because of this, Jonathan Kuminga, I think, on purpose kind of stays in this middling area so it looks like he can never kind of intercept the pass. Because to Matisse Thybulle, he probably thinks, oh, Saric is the guy who's going to try to maybe steal the pass. He's going to try to jump right here and steal the pass from this guy right here. But actually what you see happens is JK kind of predicts the action essentially, and as the pass goes to Shaedon Sharpe, what you see here is Jonathan Kuminga gets the easy steal, and that leads to an easy bucket on the other end and ends up being a dunk. In this next clip, Jonathan Kuminga highlights his ability to use the Warriors' offense to create opportunities for other players. Specifically in this play, it utilizes Jonathan Kuminga's higher basketball IQ than last year to essentially get an open shooter. So what we see on this play is Steph Curry is being heavily guarded, and Jonathan Kuminga is going to set kind of a small little screen right here to hopefully get Steph Curry a little bit of space. This is something that he's been more aware of this year, and it's felt like he really understands when he has to go and try to get a shooter open. As you play the clip right here, what you see is that Steph Curry kind of decides to reject the screen, and this gets Scoot Henderson kind of in a little bit of a tizzy, so to say, and he kind of just is trying to top block Steph Curry and make sure that he doesn't get the ball. Draymond, on the other hand, sees Klay kind of coming around, and what you see right here is Anthony Simons, who's chasing the play right here, is kind of a little bit behind, and so Draymond sees that and kind of sends a pass this way, maybe hoping that he can kind of get an easy three, an easy bucket. But Anthony Simons closes the distance pretty well, and he's in, well, really great guarding position right here. Klay isn't really known to drive. Most players would probably try and drive right here, but Klay isn't that type of guy. He wants the three-point shot. JK instantly notices this and notices that he's probably not going to drive, and I think a question mark kind of comes up to his head. What he sees here is Shaedon Sharpe kind of trying to push him back into the paint and essentially loses sight of him for a little bit. And so JK says, okay, I'm not a great shooter, and I want to get a great shooter open. So what am I going to do? So in this play specifically, what you see here is Jonathan Kuminga immediately kind of comes up and looks like he's going to come up to the three-point line. And so Klay's deciding here, okay, maybe I should pass him the ball. It looks like he's pretty open. And here's the where Jonathan Kuminga has really improved since last season. So he gets the ball right here. And right here you can see he is immediately looking back at Klay Thompson. He's like, okay, Shaedon Sharpe is not on me at all. I could drive this ball, but he is looking directly at Klay, knowing that, hey, there's an offensive opportunity that exists here. And Anthony Simons right here tries to go under the screen, and that's a huge mistake. When Jonathan Kuminga kind of does this dribble handoff, going under the screen against somebody like Klay Thompson is just not a good idea, especially when Shaedon Sharpe was so far back that he really can't contest a shot whatsoever. So what you see here is both of these defenders are behind Kuminga, and that gives Klay a great look at this basket right here. And obviously, when Kuminga gives a great look, it goes in. Now, this next play is probably one of the most important plays of the game between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Golden State Warriors, and really highlights what it looks like when Kuminga is inserted into the starting lineup for the Warriors instead of Kuminga, and really shows Kuminga's both athleticism as well as his increased offensive IQ, which I think has absolutely been showcased in this specific play and the previous play. So this play starts out with Scoot Henderson guarding Steph Curry at the top of the key. And what you see right here is Steph Curry kind of tosses the ball to Draymond Green, and then Draymond Green kind of is, it looks like, looking for an option on this play. And so he's looking, it looks like, to kind of get the ball back to Steph Curry. After all, he is their best player, so that makes a lot of sense. So Steph Curry's probably going to come around this way, kind of set a dribble handoff, the things that they love to do, hopefully get Steph Curry in a wide open three right there. That's probably what the defense is thinking as well. So you play this clip, and what you see here is Draymond Green does the okey doke, and so Anthony Simons kind of comes right here because he predicts exactly what I was saying, that Steph Curry was going to come over the screen and Scoot Henderson was going to prevent him from shooting a three on the left side of the screen over here, and Anthony Simons would be right here to contest Steph Curry when he got the dribble handoff from Draymond to prevent him from shooting a three. And this is the spacing that Steph Curry's three-point shot creates. Now this whole area is open for Draymond Green and essentially forces a 4-on-3. So there's only really 3 players in the play right now, and there's 4 Warriors that are kind of eligible to get the ball right here. And this is where Draymond really shines. So right here you see the defense immediately collapse. This guy, Chris Murray, he has really no chance at getting to the ball whatsoever. Shaedon Sharpe, on the other hand, is in a good enough position to kind of block him off, maybe draw a charge, maybe contest him at the rim. It's just a chance. And this guy, Thibault, has really no chance. But Kuminga immediately throws his hand up, saying, hey, throw the lob. He realizes it immediately as soon as Shaedon Sharpe commits to Draymond Green. And that's where his IQ has really improved since last season. He knows immediately, throw the lob, and it's honestly kind of crazy how high he jumps right here. Look at it. He's like, probably like a couple feet below the rim, and then look how high he ends up jumping. His head ends up being all the way up at the top, like almost right here. And basically his head is all the way above the rim, which is pretty incredible, I think. And this play really showcases his IQ because, after all, I mean, he probably wouldn't have made that play maybe 2 or 1 year ago. But now it feels like he's on the same page as Draymond Green. He knows exactly what to do in certain situations. And this is the growth of a young player, the growth of Jonathan Kuminga, and a guy who's looking to kind of get more minutes. With all the film review kind of done, let's look over a little bit of a Warriors celebration. So what we see here is Draymond Green kind of doing the mean mug type face right here, staring at the crowd, kind of flexing his arms a little bit, making it known that, yeah, I'm a strong man. And then we have Jonathan Kuminga kind of with his classic face where he's just kind of looking at the crowd like, yeah, that's me. I'm him. And basically right here, he's just like, yeah, I'm him. The game isn't over, but he's like, I just like jumped 5 feet in the air and destroyed the Portland Trail Blazers. But all right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Jonathan Kuminga has really been an incredible story this season. Check out some of our other content on the Golden State Warriors, as well as some of our other content in general about the NBA. Hope you loved this clip, and hopefully you guys subscribe and try and find out a little bit more about our channel and watch some more of our videos. Thank you.